what we're going to have a look at today is what's on the other side of this and what makes this noise. Put it this way, 6 inches long, one of them is like, you know, so see you in a bit. So, first up, look at that, what a monster. It's obviously a homage of a homage. Now the U-boat branding of these watches is the expensive homage, which is itself part of homage to something called a U1001 watch, which costs even more. I mean, you're going to pay $1,000 for a U-boat, and you're going to pay quite a bit more for the original. Well, this is an £18 Polaris canteen crown, 23 or 4 what's it, lug, 50mm size dial, like a case rather. With that it's 55. It is a true canteen crown, as you can see. Pushers, advanced day. As you can see, it's an automatic. It's not got anything ornate at the back. I have no idea what depth this would be good at, because these are quite loose. The numerals, the loom part is just like, it's just fluorescent looking, it's not fluorescent acting. It appears to have a sapphire dial, and there's like a blue anti-reflection coating, and there is a tiny little gem there above the right. I don't know if you can see a catch it, but it catches it and it gleams in the light. So there you go. So that's the first on today's little list. Here comes number 2. This is what I've colloquially called the baby timegrapher. You get your watch, plonk it in there like so, and you have it connected to your PC, tablet or phone. It's got a rechargeable battery in it, so it's self-powering. Charge it up through that. It is 3D printed, and this cost £40 off of eBay. I've not seen them anywhere else other than eBay. It does come from China. It'll turn itself off in a second. It's not the worst thing in the world, but then, like, you know, it's £120 for a Weishi Timegrapher, which only does a few things, whereas this like transmits a bit more information, so that you can put like, you know, like some pretty good stuff. So I'm quite pleased with that. I've already been playing around with it, gets good tested, and I am hoping, you know, I've actually managed to get this to some sort of timekeeping. It's literally down to, like, you know, seconds now using this thing here, you know, which I'm very pleased about, because this is my Slava tank, which I've been regretting, like, you know, like even opening the back of, because what happened was when I was trying to move the rotor on the back here, I caught the regulator and arms and the stud cock, and I knocked it completely out of track. So own my mistakes. It was my mistake. I didn't admit it at first, but there you go. So that's what's been going on in the watch world. Yeah, let's have a look at these. A couple of quid I paid for these. Post World War II King Dick 6-inch girder wrench in very good condition. I have no idea what year it is. All I know is that it's between the 40s and 60s. And the reason that you know this is it's missing the fiche plate that the newer ones had. Very smooth action. Locks down lovely. It's had some wear on it because it's a slight king, as they all seem to get there. But this is like something like £2 in weight. This is of solid tool still. And this here is a King Dick adjustable pipe wrench, which I think, you know, like with the postage, these two cost £5. You know, and this stuff is just getting so rare these days. But I am quite happy with that. So, you know, look at me, I didn't even do it like a view of the watch on my wrist. What a wally bro. I put it on this, right? I'll tell you why. Because the original strap this came on. There we go. Now, that is effing huge. I don't know where I put the strap for this. I thought I'd put it up here, but it seems not. Give me a second. Oh no, I must have put it away. Oh, that was stupid of me, really, wasn't it? It came with this like rubber strap, like a diver strap, and it was sharp as anything. It was cutting into my wrist, it was irritating my wrist, and and it really was unpleasant. So I dug out this 23mm distressed hide ringer, 4-ringer, 5-ringer, and to be honest, I think that gives it a bit of bit more presence, I did say this was an automatic. I don't know if I did or I didn't. Yes, this is fully auto. It's a bit clanky and clunky, but we'll see where this goes, because it stopped today early for some reason, but it was getting very, very hot in the flat. Right, we'll take this to the up view and we'll see what's what. So, mandatory ostentatious view of what's this bloody thing. It is freaking huge. Put it this way, when people see your watch, they're going to say, yeah, well, you must have more than a 12-inch King Dick. I'm liking it, it's whether or not it's going to be, because I tell you what it feels like. It feels like Jarrah. It's that same blue AR glass. It's the, it's the same slightly clanky automatic. But, it is a canteen crown, fully functional. The only thing is that I don't reckon that those pushers are going to stop any water ingressing, which is a shame because the rest of it's sealed up lovely. So there we go. So it could well be that the Slava automatic could be back into the fold fairly soon. see, girls, size is important. You know? Put it this way, right? And there's some girls out there who'd have trouble, like, you know, like feeling and that, you know. Just, I'm not going to go down that route because I don't kiss them. I've been suffering with a heat there. Just want to sleep all the time, and you know, can't sleep, and get irritable. Oh, very yawning, I'm so sorry, you know. I just can't seem to get going, you know. This heat is just making me look like something. It's been raining as well, so I've not been able to get out and do the motor. I've got the stereo still to fit, I've sorted the speakers out, they're ready to go in, you know. I mean, it's all, I mean, you know, I'm just been absolutely murdered by the weather, you know. So, like, there's not really much else to say about what's going on, like, you know, apart from Gilly's a bit unwell, he's not going out at all, he's not to go do his business. I think because he came back with his nasty bald spot patch on the back of his head, a huge bite, and I reckon he's much out there. I reckon there's a new cat in town that's kicking his butt. You know, it's probably a hard job because he is a really tough cat. Still being plagued by bloody flies because the people in here using the side of my flat as a rubbish tip. You know, I'm getting really off about that. You know, it's disgusting. The flat, sometimes, you know, we have had clouds of flies in the flat. And I've got a UV thing going on. I'm going for fly spray. It's unbelievable. You know. So, you know, it's not been the best of worlds, like, you know, you know, not the happiest bunny in the world, like, you know, but it's coming up to, like, you know, like, it's like 7 days, it's a week away from my mum's birthday, and I always have a bit of a downtime, you know, from my mum's birthday to September 20th, because that's September the 20th was when she passed on 21 years ago. And like, the last time I saw her live was on her birthday, like 21 years ago. And that was with Shana, like, you know. And you know, I missed my mum. You know, I don't miss my dad. You know, as far as I'm concerned, all he'd ever meant me was home. But I do miss my mother. You know, I just feel like, you know, apart from Shana, you know, Steph, you know, I don't have anybody that's out there looking out for me, you know, in the way that a mum does. It's like, you know, daughters and sons don't do quite the same the mum does, you know. And, you know, it's been a long 21 years. And, you know, all I've got to do, I mean, you know, I've just got to try and soldier on through, like, you know. I've just had a text through like saying that like bloody housing benefits not paying all my housing benefits, so that's great. You know, it's just absolutely pissing me off. Like, you know, it could all come in at the wrong time. You know, it's I'm getting the what's it? I've decided that I'm going to move on my. Apart from my Dr. Martins and a couple of others, my seconded course, I'm going to start sorting out my Vostok Thursdays, except for the ones I want to keep from that, and the Eagle mosses as well. Like, I'm going to get them. I'm going to have them up on eBay as collections, sort of thing. You know, so it's probably going to be about 50 or 60 witches going. I want to concentrate on Soviet, mixed in with a bit of quality sort of thing, you know, like aromatic and Oscar Mills. Although I'm a bit disappointed in that last Oscar Mill showed the Sigma. But when you find out that what it is really is a rebranded Chinese thing called, it's called a Megir, MEGIR. Right, it's exactly the same, and it's like, oh my god, like, you know, like, well, that's sodded that for me, like, you know. So what I might do is I might just keep the Series 800, because that's sort of same still, the Houston, and get rid of the 3000 and the Sigma, right, because to be honest, like, I don't think I'm ever going to wear them, and, you know, you know, like the Series 3000, it's got a nice dial, but it's a bit small for my, you know, compared to this, it's about half the size. Give it ostentatious, but like, you know, I'm a bit hoarse at the moment, like, you know. There hasn't been much else going on like that in the watch world. Like I've got 2 from India, the 3 set from Russia, and I've got my eye on a V600 that's working. I've had a go at an eBay seller, right? He wants $50 for a small watch from Morocco to the UK. So I've turned around and said, excuse me, don't you think that's postage a bit high? You know, and unbeknownst to him, I'd already contacted Morocco Mail and they'd emailed me back saying, at the most, like, you know, even if it was quite heavy, it would cost $20 to send, registered, protected, insured and all that from Morocco to the UK. And he's come back and he said, oh no, that's right, that's what I'm not saying, you know. I turned around and I like said back to him and said, well, I'm sorry mate, you know, you're annoying. And then I sent a copy of the like screenshot bit of the the thing from Morocco Mail, and like, you know, and like he took the thing down, like, you know, so there's a lot of it going on there. You know, the people that what they're doing is they're egging up the postage prices because they think that you're not going to pay a high price for the item itself. I'm sorry, but $50, you know, for postage alone. I mean, not even Americans are charging that. The American postage service is incredibly expensive. You know, like what's it, a small packet from America can cost up to $30. Like, you know, and it's like, how comes it costs so much? You know, it's all down to the fact it's all down to like the American side, or like, you know, they just charge a lot, like, you know, because over there they're the most heavily taxed people on earth. You know, like, because they think, oh yeah, you only pay this amount for their income tax. You've got your state tax, you've got your building code, you've got this code, you've got like tax on everything you buy. So if you buy something from out of state, you've got to add tax to it yourself. You know, tax on your, you know, and I mean, it's absolutely horrendous taxation system in America. You know, and the postage is just another way of, like, you know, taxing people because they can, because the people are found that, you know, they can't say no anymore. And it's sad, like, you know, and of course, like, you know, the last desperate acts of a despotic nation is to loot the people, and that's exactly what's going on right now, like, you know. So it's I've been watching a lot of things about what's going on over there, like, you know. And of course now they can't bash up the black people anymore, they're bashing up the poor people and the Mexicans and, you know, and stuff like that, because, you know, it's something in their soul, in their psyche that, you know, they've got to bash somebody out that's got slightly different colour skin and, like, you know, who's got less than them, right? And I was watching one, like, there was this like TV antenna like installer, right? And he was his uncle had lent him his like nice Merc SLK or something, right? And like next minute he's got this like tactical like drugs team on him, like 30 old Bill, like, you know, they're in his face shouting, threatening him, like hands on guns and everything else, like, you know. And he hadn't been speeding, he hadn't been doing anything, like, you know, except he was talking to his girlfriend in the car, like, you know, and you know, and that they were like, you know, at the point of, like, you know, there was one this lieutenant who runs it, was right in his face, was accusing him of all sorts of horrible things. And the bloke says, I have fit TV antennas for a living for AT&T, or something like that, you know. And no, you've got to be a druggie, because, you know, a black person driving a posh Merc is a dealer, and that's how they see it, because they can't, you know, they can't seem to divorce themselves. You know, black people can actually earn quite a bit of money legitimately, you know. So, but You know, it's happening in Britain as well. Like, you know, we hear of an MP, like, you know, she's been absolutely hauled over, like, you know, and like, you know, because they know that nobody's going to sack them, like, they do what they want. And this is what needs, you know, they need to be made responsible for their actions. So if they cross the line, they're gone. Not only are they gone, they're in a court, they're facing the judge, and like, you know, and if they cross the line badly, they're going to prison as well. You know, because that's the way it should be. I always believe that agents of the state should not be above the law, but they should be beyond reproach. That means a politician should never ever be found out for lying. If they do, they're gone. You know, old Bill breaks the law. Right, gone. Right, you know, because you don't compound failure with failure. And I think that is a very, very strong part of who I am. Right, you know, is that, you know, you don't say to somebody who's breaking the law, saying, oh, go on, do it some more. Like, you know, you have them up against the wall, say you had public trust installed in you, you know, you were given, you know, responsibility, you swore an oath to the people, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, now we're going to show you what it means. And they should be punished more heavily than people who don't work in public office. My grandfather, like, you know, he was an executive for the Greater London Council, like in the old days before Ken Livingstone. Right, he was in charge of water and sewages. Like, he was some executive. Yeah, he never nicked a paperclip in his life. He even drove his own car into work. Like, you know, even though he could have actually had a free car off of the council. Right, you know, and he had this thing about, you know, that there was public trust in him, so therefore he didn't, like, you know, break that public trust. And like, you know, 40, 50 years later, there's nothing like it, because, you know, because they're all out for themselves. Like, you know, somebody today in that same situation, they'd have the most expensive car they could get out of the system. Like, you know, they'd be using the system to, like, you know, pay for everything they could. And, you know, because they've worked out that, you know, that this is what they've learned from the American politician, is that they can plunder the people. And, you know, I'm fed up with it. I really am fed up with it. I am fed up of, like, you know, some woman living up in the centre of London, right, who sits down for £10,000 a time dinner, right, whilst people who swore an oath to her as soldiers and that are lying in cardboard boxes half a mile away at Waterloo, like, you know, like, who like, you know, who've served her, have, like, you know, have been shot up in the name of her. Like, you know, I don't think that's right. You know, personally, I'd have her out the bloody door and, like, turn Buckingham Palace into a place for, like, you know, ex-service people, like, you know, or homeless people that pay tax. But if you pay tax, then you've contributed to this nation, and I think that's important as well. Right, rant over. Like, you know, if you survived this far, like, you know, like, into this video, like, you know, hope everything's all right. You know, I've got my lovely tiny hands, like, you know, one last look at that. I'm really disappointed that's not loom, but it's bright. It's in your face. I mean, it's a watch that, you know. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention this, that I suspect that is titanium at top, because that's actually it's very hard, whereas that's alloy. And that looks like aluminium. That looks like titanium, and I don't know if you can see it, if it'll bring it up there, but you can actually see it. True to the original, Classico and U-boat and everything, is the engravings around the side of the titanium ring. I thought that was quite cool. Anyway, stay safe, stay legal, stand on your rights. You know, it doesn't mean being an arsehole about it either. You know, don't go licking the cheese out of between people's toes, because that could have COVID-19. Right? And, you know, have a heart if you're driving anywhere around South London, right, and you see a cut up slightly blue scooter being pushed by this very, very depressed looking bloke, right, toot your horn in solidarity with Gary, because, you know, he still hasn't worked out you have to put petrol into a Vespa to make it go fast. And he's got that one right, you know. I mean, it took him years to learn, you know, like how to tie his own shoelaces, like, you know. And that's not bad, since these were slip-on plimsolls from school. Catch you in the next one. Bye.